Hello, my name's Cathie Kelly, but I used to be called Cathy Brazier in my younger days before I was married. I'm 60 this year, and I grew up in Custom House in Canning Town to the parents of Romany gypsies. My mum and dad, not so much my mum, but my dad was born in a caravan to one of 16 children. So when my dad was born, he's the youngest, the oldest was 25. So they'd all moved out and kind of moved on. Their livelihood was almost like a going concern, where it was almost a business of like lots of, everyone was expected to go put out to work on horses. The horses that my dad used to have were free in the New Forest. So we used to go to the New Forest, bring them back and break them in. The council offered them stables and a yard and a big house attached to that in Custom House, just off of Prince Regent's Lane. So there was all stables there, so we lived just around the corner. And my dad would get up in the morning, go there, sort the horses out, feed them, muck them all out, and then take the horse that hadn't been used the day before and take that out on the horse and cart. Doing rag and boning in the summer, fruit and stuff on the back of the flatbed. And I used to go out with him on Sundays. So he would sell it on to, I think, what was called a rag shop, really. Yes, they'd sell it onto rag shop, bundle up the rags, and people would then buy them off of the rag man. So my dad was kind of the supplier to the rag shop, really. So if he was selling firewood, obviously it'd just bring the money back, and they'd all give it the money to my nan. It wasn't my granddad, it was my nan that was the businesswoman, and she was the matriarch of the family. My dad actually left the business, and that wasn't very well thought of. There was an amnesty in 1971 or 72 around non-payment of taxes. He did an amnesty, he got his national insurance number, and he went to work for George Curran's scrap metal dealers in Canning Town. But obviously it still carried on, because you would still get a lot of Romany gypsies bringing their stuff in to be weighed, to be kind of bought and stuff, so he would still have that connection. And my dad was a very good negotiator. Yeah. People didn't have a lot of money, and people would bring out their rags or their goods or whatever it is they wanted to sell, and he'd look barter with them. But that is the thing, isn't it, about people didn't have any money. That's right. And they did used to rely on the rag and bone man, which is, I suppose, where your question came from about kind of stories and stuff. My mum used to go out at 6:30 in the morning and didn't come home till 6:30 at night. And my nan used to look after me, so she lived in Plaistow, and then she'd come to look after me Monday to Friday. And I never forget when my nan got done for shoplifting. I was 5, and I went up to the little co-op, because that's where we used to get all our shopping from. It was just a tiny co-op, and I said, I went to lunch with Joni on Tuesday, and Mum went, what do you mean went to lunch with Joni? Who was the checkout lady? And Joni went, you better ask your mum. And my mum went, what happened? She went, no, I can't tell you, ask your mum. My nan went, oh, the police carted me off for shoplifting. I ain't paying their prices in there for a lump of beef. But my mum was mortified, absolutely mortified. My mum used to leave my nan £10 every Monday morning, and by Friday that £10 would still be there. My mum went, now I believe, no, why, don't I? Because she banned my mum from going shopping anymore. But yeah, I used to go down Queen's Market with my nan on a Saturday, go and get pie mash and pie and eels and jelly deals, and yeah. For Sundays for us as a family, and I'm not quite sure if this is a regular thing or whether it was just us, we used to have our lunch really early and then high tea. And my dad used to get all the winkles and the prawns and everything, and I was allowed to help with the winkles. Now I know why, because they're the hardest thing to bloody peel, aren't they? Pick out. Used to have a really big high tea and with like cream, and my mum used to have like bread and jam and thick butter, and I think it's because during the war they didn't have butter or couldn't get it, so their butter was like so thick on their bread always. But yeah.
So what are your overall memories of your father's life and your life? What brings to your mind?
Really happy life. I was a very lucky child in that we had lots of experiences, I suppose, being out in the air and sunshine and just doing practical things as well, I suppose. So one of the things I think, a skill that I've brought from that is that I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, and I think that is a true testament to my parents, of not getting me to work really young, but to be out there and understanding what it is to work. And as I said, I think that's where my values come from. So, and I'm always willing to earn a pound note, so I think that comes from my dad as well, by whatever means, whether, boot sales on Sunday or work in a market stall when I was younger and things like that. So really holds a lot of fond memories for me.